Welcome to the Rec Room Podcast. Y'all know the drill by now. I gotta load up this music. And then we gotta get my brothers in here. Boom. Got that. We in the building. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Then we got
Yo.
applause. What's good?
Chillin'. What's going on?
Same old, man. I'm trying to load up the music like I usually do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We in here. Look at Millie. Millie trying to beat me in the.
Hey, Millie's early. I ain't never seen him in this early, man.
Hey, bruh. Millie just got the fresh two honey packs. Hey. He on the way somewhere. He said he working out. This boy been working out for 72 hours straight. Millie, you go listen, bro. Put the weights down, playboy.
You went to the gym today, Trey?
Nah, bro. I was working, bro, all day, my brother. I actually missed practice today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got a bye this week with True Team, but Cruzy team play 9 o'clock Saturday morning.
I got
in the rain. They be having my man out there in the rain. Cook scored the first 50-yard touchdown last week, so I'm proud of my man.
Dope.
What's up, Donnie?
We got Donnie Cash.
Donnie, what's up?
Hey, y'all. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
I hear you fine.
Okay.
Everybody good. What's been going on with me this week? Man. Same old, man. Ezra had piano lessons today, man. He made me proud because when he in there, it seemed like he don't be paying attention like that. And so the piano teacher was asking me like, what could we do to make him pay more attention? But he's 5, man.
Right.
So, but with all that today, he the music teacher came out and was like, that Ezra wanted to show me something. And I went back there. He was reading the notes and playing a little bit of a song. So it made me proud, man, because I'm like, damn, like
Beethoven.
I didn't know that it's only his third lesson, and I was a little shocked. Yeah, I'm
Bruh,
like,
that's his third lesson. He's already reading the music.
I mean, he was like, the way they teach him, it was just like
Right.
I was just like, that made me want to get some lessons. But it's dope.
Bruh.
I mean, he already musically inclined, but I didn't think
That's true.
that it would be that quick for him to kind of. Not saying he a beast or nothing, but he did enough where it surprised me because I don't go back there when he's when the guy's teaching him or whatever. So other than that, man, same old same, man.
That's dope, bro.
Definitely.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could play the piano.
I
Me
need
too.
to play the piano
Shit.
too. Well, let me ask Miss Donnie. Miss Donnie, how have you
Yeah.
been, and how was your week?
Oh, them weapons, God promised we're gonna prosper. They was prospering. I'm telling y'all. Whoa, they was prospering a little bit, but I mean, being serious, God is good, and
Beautiful.
I've gotten through it. I'm able to smile. I'm able to laugh because it was a heavy week. Heavy.
Well, we're gonna have to get into that later.
Yeah,
Well,
we have to get into that later.
Welcome everybody to the Rec Room Podcast. This is episode number 36. The title of this episode is called Currently. And we're just gonna talk about what's going on around the world. It's different stories almost every day, it seems like. But the first thing we're going to talk about, which we always kind of cover first, is a little bit of sports. And I know that we played the Washington Commanders. That's my team.
Yeah, that's our team.
We played the Chicago
T-Street
Bears.
Team too. That's T Street.
Yeah, T-Street team. And we took that L. But who do we play this Sunday, T?
Y'all play
do we play this
Giants, right?
Is the Giants? I have no idea.
Okay.
Let me check. Oh, the Falcons.
The Falcons.
Okay.
That sounds right.
So we
Top
played
the Falcons. Y'all better not lose to the Falcons. You better not lose to the Falcons.
Yeah, we probably will.
I mean,
lose to the Falcons, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah. I
Don't
mean,
do that.
it's nothing I can really say. Trey, who y'all play? Trey, by the way, Chicago Bears fan.
Bears,
We play the little baby Vikings with no Justin Jefferson. So I'm kind of hyped because he's kind of like the best wide receiver in the game, basically, or if not top 2, top 3.
Okay.
And he's gonna be gone for like 3 weeks. T Streets actually told me at first, then I heard it again today. So we should beat them, but I don't know if I want to keep winning too much. You feel me? I want to look because we got. I'm trying to keep. Because check it out, America. Check it out, America. It's a math game. It's a math game.
One little win.
Can we win the Super Bowl this year? Of course, we can run the table. But do we want to win the Super Bowl this year? Do we want to keep the top 2 picks in the draft? I don't know.
You want to win the Super Bowl if you could.
Hey, you know
Trey,
what
his confidence is admirable. Is
right.
Like that is.
I'm just saying.
I forgot to introduce us, right? So I'm your host. I go by E1. We got T Streets in the building.
Yep.
We got Trey Philando.
That'd be me.
And then we got Miss Danya is in the building.
Hey.
And it's like I don't even want to say guest anymore. Would you like an applause, Danya, or you don't want the applause?
I always need my applause. The first lady on the mic.
Dang. There we go. So yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. I got beside myself. So back to sports. We always cover what's my man? Deion Sanders' team, Colorado, because it's more like world news at this point. And they won their last game, which was last Saturday. They beat Arizona State. It was a close game. It was, I guess the team that they played. To me, with colleges, any given Saturday. So
True.
People were feeling like they put up such a good performance against USC that they should have beat Arizona State a little, worse than they did. But a win is a win, and it's any given Saturday.
That's true.
I don't know who they play this weekend.
Stanford,
okay.
Yeah.
Stanford is unranked.
Yeah, they should get another W. They should win that game. Stanford's bad.
Okay, so they should get a dub, and that's kind of it on sports right now. I saw some on ESPN that there's some middleweight boxing match that's coming on. I don't know who the boxers are, but that's that with sports. So
and we got the NBA starting up next week too.
Yes, matter of fact,
it's
preseason, and they've been showing little clips. You can't get really excited off preseason. They did put out a list of the top 50 NBA players. So people been debating about that because they got Steph Curry kind of. I don't know what number he is, but some people feel like he should be higher. But it's just a preseason ranking. True. There's so many good players, whatever. But we're gonna move to some music news real quick, and this is gonna pertain to if you're into music, you should know that Drake put out an album. I think it was last Friday, called "This for My Dogs" or "The Dogs" or something like that, right? And it hasn't been getting the best reviews. I listened to it personally myself, and to me, I listened to it. I zoned out to about 3 times. Listened to it all the way through. I skipped so many songs on it. For me personally, it's not one of his best albums, and I think that that's the consensus. I'm sure some people love it, but me personally, it wasn't that great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great to me. With that being said, Joe Budden is a former rap artist who is now a podcaster who has one of the best podcasts out in terms of not just by opinion, but by the numbers also. And Joe Budden is very opinionated, and I don't know if it's because he has a deep voice or a big following. When he says stuff, people pay attention and they get in their feelings sometimes. And so what he said, no, I ain't going to talk about it. I'm going to let T Streets take over.
Okay, before I start, did everybody hear the Drake album?
Yes.
I did.
I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't. I'm not a Drake fan.
Okay, how about you, Trey?
I heard it, bro, and I'm trying with certain artists. You try to listen to it, even though you're not feeling it at first. You try to make yourself get through it, and it's a long ass album. So I got through probably about 15 tracks on it, but I skipped a lot of them though.
How
right?
many tracks on the album?
It's what
23.
2023.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Oh,
of tracks on it. But to
but
answer
why?
your question, T, I, why? I listened to about 80% of it, but of that 80%, I probably skipped, man, probably about 5, 6 joints though, to be honest with you.
Okay. And I have the same sentiments for the most part. Skipped a lot, but I like it. I like it kind of. It's just not his best work. It's it was underwhelming as far as the release because I was looking forward to it.
Okay.
But
Mm.
on Joe Budden's podcast last week, episode 664, and he titled it 8:45 a.m. in Fayetteville. So they did the review of Drake's album For All the Dogs, and well, he said a lot of things. Joe is very opinionated, animated. He killed Drake for the one song that he had with J. Cole, where J. Cole out rapped him on the song. And basically he felt like the lyrical content throughout the album was underwhelming. And well, E, play the clip, please.
Bet.
This is my issue with Drake. Well, with this Drake. And I knew that this Drake wasn't going to be a Joe Budden Drake when Yachty said all that shit that he said. And now that we have this project, where is that verse? Where is the verse that Yachty said is arguably one of the best verses Drake has ever written? It's nowhere on this project.
No.
His top 10,
He don't
20,
even have
30,
the best
40,
verse on his project.
top 50 verses are not on this project. And that's where I recognize I have to let go of Drake. I have to let go. The Drake that I loved was the best hook creator, maker, loner outer of in the world. Mm-hmm. What is the last memorable hook you've heard from Drake? And I'm not trying to shit on him. That's my man. But I want to open up the discussion. Even when he used to.
Okay, so that's a clip from the show from last week. And before I go forward, how do y'all feel about the clip in relationship to how the album sounded to you, E, and Trey?
I think that in that clip that I heard, Joe Budden was just giving an honest critique. It didn't sound personal. He said he referenced that saying like that's my man, but one thing about Joe Budden, he's not going to be biased on his opinion. If he likes something, he likes something. If he don't, he don't. In terms of the critique that he gave on it, I mean, like I say, to me, it wasn't a bad album. It just wasn't one of his best. The
Right.
J. Cole song with him and J. Cole, I love that song. Actually, and at first, for some reason, I must have been skipping it or something, or I don't know what happened, but I just recently heard I was in the gym and it came on, and I was like, damn, like, I think they both do their thing. And it's not that Drake didn't get out rapped. He just, the way they did the beat, it broke up. It was like, it was meant for J. Cole to be lyrical. And then when Drake's part came on, the beat changed to kind of go into that trap type vibe. So it was purposely done that way. It wasn't like the beat was just straight and they were just rapping back and forth. They kind of mixed it up a little bit. So I don't agree with that. I think that's one of the best songs on the joint to me.
I think that Drake is dope. I have no problem with Joe's assertion of his critique. I don't think he was dissing him. I think he's passionate. He's an artist himself. So I have no issue with Joe Budden's review.
Okay, and of course, there's a lot of clips out there, and Drake took offense to
Big
certain
offense.
things. He took big offense to certain things that he saw in the clips, because if he actually watched the episode or at least watched a portion of the album review, I don't think he would have gotten into his feelings like he did.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read two comments that he made on social media on last Saturday.
Who, Drake?
Drake,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
The first one starts at Joe Budden. You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success.
Oh
A
wow.
quitter, oh, lost my place, sorry. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check. Why did Drake spell check like that? And
He was mad.
he
How
spelled it
you
with
spell it,
Q
G?
CHEQUE.
Hey, that's how you know he's in his feelings.
Drake
And the
tries out
raps,
smart.
I know, right? And the raps you write had 450 men showing up at your shows in dusty Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to Music 29 and pretend. Oh, Drake went crazy.
Oh
Drake
wow.
went,
He was
Drake went crazy
He leaned in.
to pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired, and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number.
Oh,
Damn, Drake is
Yeah, he was a little
savage.
hurt.
he
was
a
hurt.
little ruthless. He sounded like he was a little butthurt.
Yeah,
No.
he was definitely hurt.
We know you for this. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think in the generations, okay, in the generations to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is the man projecting his own self-hate and the fact that I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need me to put it in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. Drake was salty.
Man, super salty.
Steak like.
Drake was salty. I like it. I do like it. I like petty Drake. I do like when Drake get petty, but that was funny.
It was
That was funny and it was uncalled for.
He was pissed off.
Hell
Type.
yeah.
It definitely was. He really showed his true colors off of that. Man, my biggest thing is like why he got hit below the belt like that. Like what was the point?
What I don't understand is you know what I said. I guess everybody's human because you would think that as much success as Drake has had, and you would think that people's opinions wouldn't matter, but that just shows you the human in people because it doesn't matter how successful you are. He still felt the way that Joe Budden had something to say like that. And it really seemed like it really hurt his feelings. So to me, it just shows that no matter what level you at in life, you're a human, and things can affect you no matter how successful you are.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that if it was somebody else that had a podcast, that he would have went at them the same way, or do you think that he would have took some?
It shows how.
Well, Charlemagne the God, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Charlemagne.
Yeah,
Charlemagne
I could
be
foresee
getting on him.
that. Yeah. Okay.
But that wasn't it. He threw a stray at Joe Budden's co-host and engineer Parks. Okay, and that he says, sorry, one more thing. Imagine listening to Mark Zuckerberg tell the next generation about good verses and turnt beats with crying, laughing emojis to follow.
Damn.
And he said much more. Those are the only two I'm going to read, but he said much more over the weekend.
All right.
And now Joe, he has his new episode hasn't released for the public, but I'm a part of his Discord, so I've heard it already. Episode 665. I'm sure there's clips out there. And Joe did a response to Drake's response. And from that,
talking all that shit. What is he? How?
Oh, my bad, T.
No problem. No, what I was gonna say is from that, he basically, he answered. He had some things to say. He skimmed through the album. He did like a comb through lyrical breakdown of that mid album just to respond to some of Drake's criticism. Now you can play the clip, E.
All right.
Zuckerberg, how does he have an opinion on hip hop? I was like, I'm so happy my discography is what it is. You know, go look it up.
There will never be a space on this earth where there's a music conversation happening and I'm not qualified to have it. I have done this at every fucking level and I'm only still here because of my fortitude and my ability to innovate and be at the precipice when counted out at all times. I beg of you, if I'm not qualified to talk music, if I'm not qualified to discuss rap as it drops at a time where nobody is discussing rap as it drops, then who the fuck is?
That was his overall response to Drake's outlash. And just to give a little bit of insight on the episode, he does share with the audience that Drake did DM him, and he shared some of the conversation from the DM on the pod. And I won't go into all of that. Please check out the episode. I think it drops tomorrow. Check it out if you want to hear more. But in Joe Budden fashion, if you ever heard his music and if you ever heard him diss anyone, he never just disses one person. Somebody else always catches it. Go ahead, play it, E.
Get the mind of your business. I'm telling some of y'all, keep it neutral. I'm telling you, me and him might piece it up one day. He's different. He can laugh. Modest home, billionaire slaps, Beatles. But some of y'all, I was a little confused at.
What happened to that boy?
I was a little confused. Yeah, Big Sean, you get the double tapping and liking some shit. And then a nigga like me might think that a nigga like you is agreeing with some of the shit that's being said. And a nigga like me might start to feel like you trying to be funny and I'm hilarious. I am hysterical with this. I can assure you.
Yes, and that's the end of the clip. And great, like I said, it's a great, entertaining episode. I think it drops tomorrow. Everyone that's interested, check it out.
Yeah, that's a whole fiasco. And I know, I didn't hear the episode, so I'm sure that Joe Budden probably went in a little more than even what we just heard.
Yeah.
Now, this story right here, this is something that Trey was talking about for a minute. And this story came out maybe I don't know, it's been like a month now. But for those who don't know, there's a coach named Mel Tucker, right? And this article comes from USA Today. And it says, Michigan State fires football coach Mel Tucker in stunning fall from elite coaching ranks. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article. It says, Michigan State University fired head football coach Mel Tucker for inappropriate conduct on Wednesday, which was a few Wednesdays ago. A stunning fall for one of the highest paid coaches in college sports, who signed a record 10-year, $95 million contract less than 2 years ago. The action comes just over 2 weeks after a USA Today investigation revealed sexual harassment allegations against Tucker by Brenda Tracy, a prominent rape survivor and activist hired by Tucker to speak to his team about sexual violence and consent. Since hours after USA Today's investigation, Michigan State Athletic Director Alan Haller suspended Tucker without pay pending completion of the case. 1 week later, Haller notified Tucker that he intended to fire him, saying the sexual conduct he has admitted to alone violates his contract. So it says, it is that funny, but it just says you're uncovering rationalizations. Damn.
Get it together.
And misguided attempt to shift responsibility cannot and do not excuse your own behavior. Haller wrote in a letter to Tucker on Wednesday. Had you not engaged in this inappropriate and unprofessional conduct, the university would not be subject to public disrespect and ridicule regarding your actions. It says Tucker did not answer phone calls from USA Today to his personal and work cell phones. A voicemail was not, you couldn't leave a voicemail. A complaint Tracy filed with the university's Title V office in December alleged Tucker pursued her romantically for several months. He masturbated without her consent during an April 2022 phone call, and later insinuated that he would ruin her career if she spoke out. The case has remained under investigation since, with the formal hearing scheduled for October 5th and 6th. Tracy told the university's outside investigator that she believes Tucker pretended to be an ally and her cause to get close to her personally. She said, it's like he sought me out just to betray me, she told USA Today earlier this month on Wednesday. Tracy declined to comment on Tucker's firing. So I'm not going to, it's more to the article, it's a whole bunch more. I ain't going to read all of it. But what I will say is, God damn, it's like a woman is always a man's downfall. God damn, Don. God damn.
Why you gotta say me though? Like, man, you can't keep yourself that composed. You got to be all wanting to touch yourself every time you talk to this lady. Like, what is going on?
Hey,
it sounds like.
Donnie,
What?
Me jerking off is not worth no $100 million. Damn it.
It's not.
That's not worth $100 million.
It's not, but really? I'm just interested in knowing, like, not saying that she's lying, but I'm just interested in knowing how the conversation got to that point where he felt comfortable enough to want to masturbate while she was on the phone or whatever, however that went down.
Man. Listen, I have a theory.
My job, though.
What's your theory?
Now, I need to give some backstory to Michigan State Mel Tucker. They hired him. They hired him, right? I think it was 2020. The COVID year was his first year coaching there, or the second year coaching there. They hired him in 2019. He had a fantastic year in 2020. The team exceeded expectations, surprised everybody. Went to a great bowl game at the end of the year, and they signed him to a 10-year, $95 million contract, so nobody else would take him from them. So the following year, they had a horrible season. The beginning of this year was starting off even worse. So this is me. I don't know what's true or not. And if he did it, he deserves to be fired and anything else that comes after that. But Michigan State's thinking about firing this coach, right? They're thinking about firing Mel Tucker. But they're on the hook for $80 million if they fire him. They have to, if they fire him, he's guaranteed $80 million.
That's the dope part about it. All right, cool, fire me.
Yeah.
I think they conspired with the young lady to get him out of there so they don't have to pay.
It don't sound feasible, especially if she's supposed to have been an advocate. It don't sound feasible to.
She's already a rape victim, I guess, right? Or something like that. So this is my thing. No, we don't know them personally, right? And so we don't really know. But for him to feel comfortable to do that, there has to be a reason. I don't think that he's just going to randomly, while they having a regular conversation, just start masturbating just randomly, and then tell her that he's doing that. That just, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that don't even sound right. Like I just masturbated. Like what the?
And it's like, it seems like that they were probably flirting with each other. Seems like she was with it. And I don't know what happened after that. Y'all theory of maybe she was a plant. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
she was sent
Yeah.
there to do that. I think people do stuff like that. We talking big money, right?
Yeah.
We talking real big money. And when a lot of money is involved, anybody can conspire to do something. Like I say, if he did do that and without her consent and all that, you know what I mean? Yes, that was wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
But and I don't
But
want
my
to make
thing
it
is, why
seem
would
like
you
I know
stay
the
on the
story, but
phone? Why would
yeah,
you
it
stay
just
on the
seemed a
phone
little.
if you
Just,
if you're uncomfortable with that? Why even stay on the phone? I'm not gonna sit there and stay on the phone and listen to you do your thing. You're gonna be on your own.
Yeah, that was a little. I don't know, man. Like I say,
Yeah,
these days I'm gonna
it
be
don't
honest,
sound right.
and I'm not trying to. This nothing has been proved, right? So, but it has been
Mm-hmm.
coming out where a lot of women, man, are just making up these stories. I'm not saying she's
Because they
one,
can.
but it's just like a lot of women. It's been coming out that it's like a woman can say anything, man. It's like, and you're guilty
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Mm-hmm.
innocent to being proven guilty. You're guilty until proven
Mm-hmm.
innocence, and if it comes out that she is lying or this
Mm-hmm.
was made up, which I don't know if it's gonna come out, then she deserved to be in some trouble too, man. Point
Absolutely,
blank period.
absolutely. I blame the Me Too movement. The Me Too made you feel like anything that anybody did to you, if you were offended by it, makes you say, "Oh yeah, I can claim sexual harassment" or something like that. A lot of the times, it don't even probably be meant that way. People just, got their heads stuck up their butts a little bit. But that sounds a little too far fetched for me. I'm not
What you
I,
think,
believing that.
Trey? You
I think
ain't saying nothing.
I'm listening. I'm listening to what everybody's saying, and it's also new. It's new evidence in that case. Tucker's lawyer said that the new evidence in the case confirms that Tracy had simultaneous consensual personal relationship with Mr. Tucker
See,
and at least one other married coach,
see.
contrary to what she told the investigator. Also, she had an assistant that she was texting about the Mel Tucker situation. And she was conversing with that person about at least getting $10,000 for her pain and suffering. If anything, the person that she was texting, her assistant, passed away, right?
Mm.
But somehow somebody got some of those text messages. But it's not just those text messages. It's also she had a relationship with another married coach. Mel Tucker is not even married. You see what I'm saying? So for
Mm-hmm.
this, for a man for his whole career to be thrown down a drain over phone sex or whatever it is crazy to me. If that could
Yeah.
happen to him, that could happen to anybody. Me having phone sex with you has nothing to do with my job.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Come
I
on.
agree.
Because
I agree.
if it's a female masturbating, what am I gonna call her job and say, yeah, she should be fired? You feel what I'm saying? And I want to sue y'all. Fucking GW Hospital. You got a freaky ass nurse, and she masturbating, and I need $30 million. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. This is crazy.
Yeah,
$90 million.
$90.
Yeah.
She was enjoying that. She was enjoying
on,
that.
man.
And
It
he
just
didn't
seemed like
do
they didn't
something
want to.
she like.
Yes.
But you know what though?
Yeah.
But you know why? But you want to know why I blame Tucker? Not that he deserves or whatever, but if that happened to her, unfortunately, she's experienced a certain type of sexual trauma. You don't want to even play around with that
Yup.
shit.
Yeah, you don't.
Go to fucking Pornhub. Do what you got to do,
Yeah.
Playboy. Hang the phone up.
I think
don't
I
even
think
do
he
that
should have.
shit.
Yeah, I think he should have been a little smarter,
Don't
even
even
if
do
he
that
was
shit.
even if he was
Yeah,
attracted
definitely.
to her.
Nah,
I mean,
don't do
you
that.
already kind of see what's going on. Maybe she caught him at a weak moment, or maybe she was being very flirtatious. And sometimes, like you said, he's not married, so maybe it was hard for him to resist. But I just think he should have been a little smarter. And it seems like guys, man, it's like we just really fall victim to women, man. And I'm not doing a blame game thing, but I'm like, damn, Slim, you had to be stronger when
The
it
flesh
comes to
is
women,
weak.
man. God damn.
A black man at that.
The
Yeah,
flesh
man.
is weak. Yeah, the got it. She said, got one.
Yeah.
Like, because you always going to fall victim to it. Like, all we got to do is walk past y'all. Y'all know how I act, man.
Now
That's all I'm
I'm going to talk about my hero. This guy right here is my hero, man. And this is from the Atlanta Black Star. It says, is giving sister wives. Soul food actor. Soul food actor Michael Beach. He boasts about his awesome living arrangement with his wife and ex-wife living under the same roof. As the interview has resurfaced, right? So it says, and for those who don't know, Michael Beach, he the guy, he played on Soul Food. He played in a lot of stuff, but you'll probably remember Soul Food.
The same dude.
He hit
the same dude for 30.
He did right.
Nah, and Soul Food, he hit the family member, the cousin. Hit Faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith came in and ruined that family, Snap. So it says
he's still Beach, at it.
Still at it. He played his real life. So it says Michael Beach fans are still having a hard time wrapping their heads around his unconventional household. In 2020, the soul food actor and his current wife, Alicia Beach, appeared on OWN's Black Love series, where they spoke about their perfect living arrangement that involves their 4 children and his ex-wife, Tracy Beach, all being together under one roof. A clip of the couple detailing how Tracy is a perfect addition to the home's dynamic is still baffling as it resurfaces. It says he says it works for us very well. No, said Alicia. Michael, with a grin plastered all over his face, added, "It's awesome." And if you asked me that 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, I'd have been like, nah, but it is. It runs so smoothly, it's crazy. It says Michael and Tracy were married from 1989 to 2006 and shared 4 children. Alicia came into the fold shortly after the former couple separated and were going through their divorce. In their Black Love episode, she noted that they were hooked up by a mutual acquaintance with the intention of being friends with benefits. She admitted that they were openly not monogamous for a long time. However, their relationship became serious after they moved from New York to California and tied the knot in 2007. They have 1 adopted son and 3 biological children together, bringing Michael's total offspring count to 8.
Damn.
Sheesh. It says elsewhere in the blended conversation about their blended family dynamic, Alicia proudly said that Tracy has been a lifesaver. She's a lifesaver, stepping in to help with the younger children and preparing meals as she juggles motherhood alone when Michael travels for work. She said it did not take long for the on-screen actor fans to draw comparisons to his real-life roles that he takes on. So I guess they're saying that's why he can act so well, because this is who he is.
This is it, yeah.
And that's very interesting to have a wife, and then y'all divorce, and then you get married again, and then your ex-wife and your current wife, they really get along with each other, and you say, ex-wife, why don't you move on in, man? Things are going so smooth. We need help with the children. Just come on in here and let's raise these kids, and I'll pick who I want to sleep with when I want to sleep with who I want to sleep with.
Hello.
Or maybe
is he from Oakland?
Hold on.
Is he from Oakland? He gotta be. I don't
know where he's from.
He gotta be from Oakland.
I don't know where he's from, but damn,
Oakland, Chicago.
Do y'all not hear Trey ad-libbing in the back though?
He's from Oakland or Chicago.
Yeah, Oakland or Chicago.
Let me tell you something out there, America. You feel me?
No.
If my ex is in the house with my current, I'm having sex with both of them.
Of course.
I'm just letting you know, just in case you think it's not happening. It's happening. When the wife is not there, and the ex walk out that shower and the towel halfway open, it's happening. Do you understand?
Well, I think they have to go into that already knowing that's a situation.
Yeah,
I think. Live with
think
two
that
women.
was.
So just say that. Just say that. Just say that. What you think,
Yeah.
T? What you think, T?
Man, listen.
Can this happen in your household?
I don't have much to say. All I need from E is a round of applause for this man. That's all I need.
Oh, so y'all gonna put this man on the pedestal for having the best of That is some crazy stuff.
Hey,
That is
my
your hero.
Hey, that's my hero, man.
I mean, if you that type of man when you could get both your ex and your current to kind of get along, then kudos to you. I mean, shoot, I commend it too. You know, because it's not very easy to get someone that dealt with the same person under the same roof and y'all happy. So it's
So
very
look,
commendable.
I'm gonna be real about it, right? This would always I always think about it. What scared me. I feel like that when you do something like that, right? Let's just say, like, to me, jealousy is can be very cruel, and
Yeah.
me personally, I would feel like if one person, you always see these on ID Discovery, right? And not these exact situations, but
Not ID
what if
Discovery.
what if now I'm giving attention to my ex-wife or my wife more than the other one, right? And let's say I'm giving more attention to my wife and not my ex-wife, and she's feeling jealous, but she's not saying anything. I would be scared sometimes when you're in a love triangle like that, the jealousy gets so high that I feel like I might get my food poisoned. I might wake up to some boiling hot water. No, that's how I think, because you got two women with emotions. And one can and yeah, even though it's working to make it seem like that life is perfect and people don't get in arguments and stuff like that, that's not realistic. So just because they living like this, that doesn't mean that they won't get into disagreements. That doesn't mean that the wife and the ex-wife not gonna disagree. And when you get jealous, when women get jealous and over a man and stuff like that, y'all under one roof, I would be scared, me personally, to even try something like that. It sound good, it seem fun and all that, but when shit get real and a real life situation happen, I think that he would be in danger for his life. That's just what I feel. Maybe I'm too on it, but that
Yeah,
I be
you
watching
reading
the show.
too deep. You reading
I'm
too
for
deep
real,
into
though.
it, man.
They might
No,
enjoy
I'm
each
not.
other.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
They
The
probably
ladies,
might enjoy
it's
each
all
other.
fun and games until you beefing. Everybody love each other until you beefing, man. Then when you get in one bad argument, he can get in an argument and say something like, you know what, since you acting like me and her going to the movies. They get in the car, go to the movies, and she home, and then she mad. Y'all laughing, then she plotting, and then when you get back, she might have a knife ready for when y'all go to sleep. That's how I look at it.
Who hurt you, bro? Like, what the heck?
I'm telling you, man, women get in the emotions. Y'all laughing. I'm trying to tell you.
I
I'm
think that
telling
both
you.
of them. He might be a sucker, and both of the women is just getting over.
Yeah, they probably running him.
might-
That seems
Could
a
be
little
that
bit more
too.
He might just
feasible.
be a sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's possible, but
Because,
hey,
you know,
man,
you got us
hey.
bossy women. We like what we like. You know what I'm saying? And they probably definitely is calling the shot. And, you know, most men just go with the flow.
Hey, King James said not all heroes wear capes.
I mean, if it worked for him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if it worked for him, it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know me, I'm against it. But, hey, if it works for him,
listen,
kudos.
Man. Hey, listen, man. Props to my man. If it worked for him, hey, he like it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, in other news, I'm going to get to this. I guess I'm going to keep it entertainment since this is kind of what we talking about, right? So, Tia Mowry, right? She is everybody. Well, a lot of people would know her and her sister from what's that show they was on where they was twin?
Sister.
Oh, sister. Okay, so yeah, so a lot of people would know them from sister, and but they grown up by now. And then Tia, I think she actually played on that show that everybody liked. I know, Don, you know what the show is.
The
What's
Game.
that show? Yes, The Game. I knew you would know.
Mm-hmm.
She's, she was on that show. That was a popular show called The Game. I seen some few episodes. They had some crazy episodes on there, but it was a cool show. So anyway, Tia Mowry, she was married to, it says, what the article says, Tia Mowry shares dating experience with ghosting and love bombing after Corey Hardwick breakup. So she was married and she ended up getting divorced. So it says Tia Mowry has shared that she encountered ghosting and love bombing while trying to date following her divorce from Corey, right? So it says in here that she's feeling like, it says, when anyone asks me about my dating life, she wrote on TikTok, before lip syncing to go viral sound, it got worse. But I feel like it's about to get worse or worse. So basically, she was married to the guy. She was married to Corey. He's an actor himself. And and they broke up, I guess, because she just said the marriage wasn't serving her. I don't think it was cheating going on, at least according to them or whatever. Doesn't seem like that. It just seemed like maybe it just got stale or whatever. And so she basically saying that she's realized that there's nothing out here by dating. And so a lot of people were saying that she's realizing that the grass isn't greener. And they're saying that a lot of people are saying she shouldn't have divorced her husband. She shouldn't have got a divorce, and kind of like that's what you get. It ain't nothing down out here. You should have stayed with your husband. She made a statement saying, y'all are misconstruing what I'm saying. Even though that I'm saying that there's nothing out here, I'm not saying I want to go back to what I was in. And I look like she got in her feelings because she was responding to a lot of people on TikTok or whatever, right? Or social media. So my question to you all, and we don't have to go deep about it, but what do y'all believe about the grass not being greener? Or no, better yet, let me ask about, I guess I can only ask Danya and T Streets, but I'm a believer where it is hard to find a match, and it's probably hard to find, your person. But do you all believe what do you all feel about the grass being green on the other side? If you were in a situation where, let's just say, for instance, you're not happy in your marriage, but it could be worked out, but you decide not to work it out, do you feel like that, Danya, would you go into that feeling like it's better out there, or would it be from the standpoint of, I don't care if I'm by myself, I'm going to still do it? I'm going to still leave, basically.
Me personally, because I've already been there, it's more or less like I'd rather be by myself. Okay, I'm not going to stay in a marriage that isn't working for either one of us. And it's unfair to the both of us to kind of hold each other back if we want outs. Like, let it go, let it die. But it is hard dating after marriage because you're used to that consistency and you're used to the security of the relationship as a whole, the marriage as a whole. So when you get out here and you go into dating, because you're used to it so long, you still crave it. And when you can't find it like that anymore, then that's when it gets a little bit like, I don't like it out here on these streets. She's not no type of person that likes to date around. She's more like one of the ones that she likes to settle down a lot. She was with this guy for years. You know what I'm saying? So I know she would want to go back into something a little bit more substantial, something more meaningful. Maybe she felt like she missed out on something because she was married so long. So her going out here and her not being able to find that, it's like, dang, like, what's going on? I ain't have it in my marriage, and I don't have it out here in these streets either. But there was no reason for her to be criticized behind it. It just wasn't working in her marriage.
Yeah, I wonder why, when I think about it, I wonder why, people are always on the outside looking in. So on the outside looking in, they feel like her husband was a great guy, and that people judge it from the outside looking in.
He wasn't being the man in that relationship. She was carrying that. No, she was carrying that relationship, and you can see the characteristics because they had like a little show together. You know what I'm saying? She was the more dominant party, and that's what happens a lot of the times in a relationship when a female feels like she's the more dominant party in the situation. She don't want to deal with that anymore. So, like, I wouldn't want to deal with that either. If you're not being a man, and I need a man, and I want a man, why I'm gonna stay in here?
Hey, you going in? I just asked you one thing. It's like, no, I'm playing.
God damn, Donnie.
Hey, have y'all have y'all seen that Jada Pinkett been in the news lately?
Right. This lady getting on my daggone nerves, bruh. So she making it bad for all women. So that ain't Donnie girl.
So look, it's a CNN. This is from CNN, but it's probably been a lot. It says Jada Pinkett reveals that she and Will Smith have been separated since 2016. I don't know why people feel to tell their business, but I'm not an entertainer, so I don't know how it feels to be in the limelight. I don't know what make a person do an interview and just want to tell all about their marriage, but I guess that's what she did. She also said she feels like Tupac is her soulmate. Then it said Jada Pinkett Smith has revealed that she and husband Will Smith have been living completely separate lives since 2016. In a clip from her forthcoming NBC News primetime special with Hoda, K-Top, I don't know. Pinkett Smith said the couple had not previously gone public with their separation because they were not ready yet. They were still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in a partnership, she said. That's a lot of years to figure it out. How do we present that to people? She told the person. We hadn't figured that out yet. Pinkett Smith is 52 and Will is 55. They've been married since 1997. Pinkett Smith said that they are not legally divorced. The marriage has come under scrutiny during the period she says they have been apart. Of course, we all know in July 2020, singer August Alsina revealed that he had been romantically involved with Pinkett Smith, something she confirmed during the episode with her husband on Red Table Talk. I got into an entanglement with August, Pinkett said, and yeah, we know the rest. So, with that being said, like I said, I don't know what makes people get on and do these interviews with them being separated. Oh, she also said that Chris Rock had, when they first separated, Chris Rock had asked her on a date or something like that. And so maybe that's what she said. And so maybe that's why Will Smith got mad when he was making jokes about her. I don't know, but they were separated. I don't even know if that was real or what. But anyway, what y'all think about it, man?
She a clown.
Man,
she a clown.
This is all Will Smith's fault. Now that's a beta male.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex out there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a beta male right there. It's all his fault.
That's what you say, T Streets?
It's all his fault. You should have just leave. If y'all split up, leave. Why take all that embarrassment with the August Alsina, with the every year the Tupac, bringing up Tupac, with the slap. The slap. He slapped Chris because he looked at his wife with the screw face and he stopped laughing at the joke and he went up there and slapped her. You put that man through all of that, I blame him because he had no balls.
Yeah, that's a good. What'd you say,
Darius said that Jada is saying it's because she is releasing a book and want.
Now that makes sense. Okay.
I
appreciate that.
She's doing it for clout, but I don't like.
Because I ain't get it. I didn't understand. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess you're entertaining. You need to get your bread. You gotta do what it takes, and so you reveal all your business. I guess so.
It's not really business. I mean, nobody cares at this point. After she created that whole entanglement, everybody's just like, nobody cares. Everybody already knew she was still hung up on Tupac. Like, it's never going to end, Will ain't never going to compare to that. So it is what it is. Like, nobody cares.
So I know that everybody got to know about this already. I'm not going to say everybody, but you should. They think they found Tupac's murderer.
After about 50 years.
So this comes from APnews.com. It says last living suspect in 1996 drive-by shooting of Tupac Shakur indicted in Las Vegas on murder charge. It says a man who prosecutors ordered the 1996 killing of rapper Tupac Shakur was arrested and charged with murder Friday in long-awaited breakthrough in one of hip-hop's most enduring mysteries. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis has long been known to investigators as one of the four suspects identified early in the investigation. He isn't the accused gunman, but was described as the group's ringleader by authorities Friday at the news conference and in court. In Nevada, you can be charged with the crime, including murder, if you help someone commit the crime. So it says Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for his group of individuals that committed the crime, said the Las Vegas Police Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson. And he orchestrated the plan that would be carried out. Now, we all know the guy is Keefe D. That's what I know him as. Not that I know him, but on interviews. And basically, the way that they got this information is from him doing interviews, telling on himself. And I think that KVD thought that the statute of limitations, I don't know what he thought, to be honest with you, and he probably, a lot of these outlets that interview you, they pay you. And so on these interviews, he's basically admitting the crime. And basically what he was saying in a lot of these interviews is that he didn't shoot Tupac, but he was in the car. He gives the whole play of how it went down, why it went down, and how it happened. And he's saying that his nephew was the shooter, but he was in the car. But the nephew ended up getting killed some time after, whatever. So there's really no witnesses that were involved. Everybody has passed away except him. But everybody's calling him one of the dumbest guys in the world. And he's trying to implicate Puffy in on it. And I'm going to just let T Streets, you can elaborate more on the situation.
Yeah, this guy is the dumbest guy ever. Why would he move to Vegas? Because he didn't live in Vegas.
Nope.
He decided to move to Vegas. He decided to move back to Vegas or to Vegas. And his first interview was that the documentary, one of the docs on Tupac, where he talked about it in 2008.
Yep.
And it's the videos have flooded the streets again. And I've seen it recently, and I thought it was something new until the guys reminded me, nah, that's from '08. That's from the doc. But number one, he's just stupid for moving to Vegas.
Yeah,
and I'm interested to see if they're going to actually go and get Puff, because apparently Puff put $1 million on the head of Tupac
now,
or should.
Now, that part right there, T. So what I think people getting it confused, because what they're saying is they're not saying that Puff had something to do with this particular murder.
No, it was from a different.
Yeah, they said from a different thing. So this murder was supposed to be Tupac's murders because he got into it with a gang person and stomped them out, and it was just some street stuff, really real quick. And Pac just got involved in something that he shouldn't have been involved in, really. But at the same time, so where Puffy comes in play is before this. Keefy D is saying that Puffy had a conversation with him, and he gave this dude named Zip, which is short for, I can't think of his real name, who's also deceased, that Puffy had gave Zip $1 million, and he was supposed to give Keefy D half of it. And they were supposed to murder Tupac and Suge Knight. But they said Zip kept the money, never gave it to Keefy D, and never followed out the orders. So with that being said, I don't see how Puff could be involved. And even if all of it's true, you have to have proof of this. This is in the court of law. So if they take, it never transpires. So I just, everybody's saying, when I'm looking online, everybody's saying Puff's scared. Puff need to watch out. He next. Me personally, Puff is not getting locked up. And
I don't think Puff's gonna get nothing in my opinion.
Man,
unless they want to get him. If they want to get him now, they'll get him.
I don't think so, T.
Hey, they, air quotes, if they want to get him, they will get him. They get everybody when they want them.
True.
Well, what you think, Trey?
I think Puff just dropped a bomb-ass album. That's
what he did, bro. He did.
Puff,
he did, bro.
Puff has enough money to pay to make things go away. So
that's what Bill Cosby thought.
True. But,
you know what?
No. But the thing is that white women were involved in blaming Bill Cosby.
Very true.
In this situation, it's just a bunch of black men shooting each other. And if anything else, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. It's still unfortunate, but it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
But Keefy D's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah, very much so idiot. And the way he was just talking about it, if he had just kept his mouth shut, it wouldn't be nothing would be about nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
He probably just wanted a little bit of notoriety or wanted a little bit of clout. Yeah,
he got it.
He sounded like one of them tricks. Yeah, I did this type thing. To get some attention.
And like I said, I think he was getting paid. Some of them interviews, like Vlad, he pays people sometime. So, he probably, gave him about $5K, something like that, and he went on and spilled the beans. But, that was stupid. Now, this story right here, I don't know if this is going to be the last story or not. It might be. But this was interesting to me because and this just from my lifespan, and I know we're going from something like we talk about entertainment to something kind of serious, right? And so it says ADHD, why diagnosis of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is rising. And so, what is ADHD? Now, this is interesting to me because I always hear the term ADHD, but I never really knew what it was. I never researched it, and I don't know nobody who has it. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you what this site says it is. It says the Centers for Disease Control Prevention reports that ADHD is one of the most common neurodevelopmental disorders of childhood. It is typically marked by a lack of focus and difficulty paying attention, overactivity, and impulsivity. It says ADHD in children. Data from the National Survey of Children's Health reports that ADHD currently affects nearly 6 million children in the United States, more than 1 in 11 children. The National Health Interview Study estimated the prevalence in children ages 4 to 17 was about 6% in the 1990s. By 2016, that figure has rose to 10% and continues to climb, right? Then it says ADHD in adults. And before I even say, do any of y'all suffer from that? Because I never asked you guys that.
No.
My cousin was taking medication when he was younger.
Okay.
And then my boy, I don't know if he still takes the medication. I think he still takes the medication for it.
Okay. So it says ADHD in adults. While typically associated with children, ADHD and its symptoms can continue into adulthood. In fact, some individuals may receive their first ADHD diagnosis as an adult. It is estimated that 10.5 million American adults are living with ADHD. A study published in JAMA reported that the diagnosis of ADHD in adults is now 4 times that of children, and its prevalence more than doubled between 2007 and 2016 from 43% to 96%. However, other studies suggest even higher rates, ranging from 2.5% to 4.4%, with more men diagnosed than women. Some researchers suggest that ADHD be undiagnosed in adults as well. So it says, why is it on the rise? So this is where we're going to get to, I guess, what's making it rise. Regardless of age, ADHD is being diagnosed more than ever before. However, that does not mean that the condition itself is more common. According to the Psychology Today, the increase in diagnosis can be attributed to several factors. Increased access to health care. I don't know, how does that make it rise? It says, thanks to state and federal efforts, more individuals have access to health care results. Okay. Because now you have healthcare, people get
now
diagnosed.
you have,
okay.
it's more widespread.
So then it says deceased stigma. Slowly, the stigma surrounding mental health conditions and treatment is becoming more accepted. Okay. Better awareness. Individuals, parents, educators, and the medical community are more aware of ADHD and its symptoms, leading to additional ADHD diagnosis. And then the last one says that changes to how ADHD is defined. Because, I didn't know the definition. Said in the past, only children who were hyperactive were diagnosed with ADHD. The definition was later expanded to include the other symptoms associated with inattention. As a result, more individuals were diagnosed with the disorder. This is particularly true in girls who more commonly exhibit signs rather than hyperactivity or whatever. So in prior generations, many boys and girls with symptoms were now associated with ADHD were not diagnosed. So basically, they're saying what's causing the rise is that people, I guess, going to the doctor more. They're getting more. It's getting diagnosed more. But do you, other than T Streets, do you all know anybody who has ADHD?
Well, my son was diagnosed with it when he was maybe about, about 6 or 7. But me as a parent, I'm like, Because it wasn't as known, it wasn't as popular. So it was more or less like, I don't think so, because I just think he's just a overactive child. I didn't
Okay.
really like look at it to be that. I thought it was a little bit something more in depth. I didn't think ADHD was his particular issue, but
I
they
got
had
you.
ended up giving him medication, and he was okay with it. But me as a parent, I was like, I didn't want my child to become immune to having to take the medication. And I didn't want it to justify who he was, because he was now saying, oh, the medicine makes me feel like I'm smarter. And I'm like, no, that's not the
Oh
medicine,
shit.
baby.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
are smart
That's
on
you.
your own. Yeah, that's all you. It's not the medication. So I didn't want him to misconstrue his issue with having to take medication. So I pulled him off. But
Okay.
I feel you on
now that
that.
he's older, he doesn't display hyperactivity, but he does display behaviors where it's hard to catch his attention or keep his attention. He's is like if he's not interested in the subject or anything at hand, he's not gonna put his interest in it. He's just not gonna give it any life. And that's how he
Okay.
is. So with that being said, I think that was a misdiagnosis on their
Mm-hmm.
behalf. I
Well,
honestly
that
Okay.
that's
do.
um that's actually great information. I didn't know that. That's good. That because you made a good point. Sometimes doctors will tell you something, and just because they're a doctor, that doesn't mean that it's true, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And
I feel
I
like you was
think
just
that
experimenting on my kid. You didn't know
And
what
that's
it
what they
was, so
do.
you just
That's
said that
exactly
that's
what
what
they
it
do.
was.
yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
they do.
So, and I think
no,
that
that
that's
And
really common now with the rise of ADHD, because some of those symptoms can be misconstrued. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be ADHD. It could be ADD, or it could be
it could be that.
it could be a mixture of other things, bipolarism and stuff like that. But there's a lot of misdiagnosis that's going on, and I felt like in this particular case, yes, my son was misdiagnosed
no,
because
I
he
feel you.
doesn't have the hyper. My son lazy as I don't know what.
Oh
He
shit.
just don't know how to
Oh
keep
shit.
his focus. It's hard for
Yeah,
you to keep his focus.
Yeah.
So there's something different.
The other to add to what you're saying, to actually add to what you're saying, Donnie, specifically, it says while causes of ADHD remain unknown, researchers believe that genetics may play a key role. In addition, other potential causes and risk factors may include brain injury, environmental risks such as lead exposure, alcohol, and tobacco use during pregnancy, premature birth, or low birth weight. So to add on to what you're saying, I'm giving this child these drugs to take, and I don't
Hmm.
really know what the
I don't know
cause
what.
is.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
how
why
can
he's
you
this.
how can you be so sure to give a child these drugs to
Hmm.
take and you don't even really know what the root cause is? That's the danger with that.
Exactly,
no,
because
that
it went from
So,
him being diagnosed with ADHD to him maybe
Yeah.
possibly being autistic. And it was just like, it was a whole lot of things, and nobody ever gave me real answers as to what
Right.
was going on with my child. But I pulled him off the meds. I was like, no, we're not going to do this.
no, I feel you.
I don't
with
want you to become self-reliant. Yeah.
with all the reasoning that they gave in the article of why ADHD is on the rise, I blame what is it, social media. I blame social media. That's me. I blame social media because
Hmm.
we are living in the generation of you want everything now, right?
Hmm.
And that's largely because of social media made the world smaller.
Hmm.
And our attention, we don't lock our attention on anything anymore.
Hmm.
Let's speak about we talked about music earlier. Nowadays, music comes out, we'll listen to it, it's great. 2 weeks later, 9 times out of 10, we're not listening to it again.
Yeah.
And that's with
Right.
anything. That's with anything. You could throw anything
Hmm.
into the equation. It's like that. Nothing's keeping anybody's attention.
It's
Yeah.
like we've been trained now to have a short attention span. Now that you
Yeah,
say that,
definitely.
and you know,
definitely.
even like you said, T Streets. I think it even happens to us just unconsciously now. I mean, like you're not even realizing
Yeah.
that your attention span is getting shorter. You know what I mean? And if you and you brought up music. You know, back in the day, rap songs were 3 verses. If you notice now
Yeah.
that rap songs were 3
Mhm.
verses and R&B songs had bridges in them. If you
Yeah.
listen to R&B songs now, there are no bridges and rap songs only have 2 verses.
2 verses.
Now that's just
Yeah.
on the music. That's just an
Yeah,
example.
that's music.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's just an example given through music. And it's just like it's a thing where you're getting trained to not have
That's the perfect
a
word.
long attention
Yeah.
span. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
Yeah.
get to you know, we always try to bring solutions, and I don't have a solution for ADHD, but I can tell you what the site says for treating ADHD. And it just says that it's certainly possible ADHD may be overdiagnosed by select providers, which is what Danya was just saying, in certain areas of the world. But this is not a major concern in areas where adequate mental health care. Thankfully, we have amazing pediatricians and nurses and other doctors and other mental health experts, says in Rhode Island, who can successfully diagnose and treat ADHD. And then it has a number. So it says if you or another adult is struggling with ADHD, there may be adults out there that have it that don't want to admit it, you know, because you may feel embarrassed or whatever like that. If you go to this website, they have a number that you can call, and they have more information on it. So you never know who you're talking to. You never know who has something, who doesn't, or who has it and doesn't, you know.
Right.
Do you
wanna
feel like
share
you've
whatever,
ever
so.
encountered anybody that had it before?
Well,
When
one of my go ahead.
Go ahead, Trey.
Go
Nah,
ahead.
go ahead. Cause
One
you
of
go ahead.
my boys that I coach on my team currently.
Mhm.
It did not jump out at me until maybe about 4 weeks in, where we had a practice, and he had a tougher time concentrating. And when I was looking at him, talking to him, his eyes were kind of like wandering just a little bit. And so the head coach told me after that, yeah, yeah, he has ADHD, and all right, cool, because I didn't know, but once he told me, I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And so I have a really good relationship with his mom, where his mom is like, no, stay on him, like, you know what I mean? It's like, basically, like, I'm like, cool, I treat everybody the same, but at the same time, I still have to have more care with him.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Right, where I make sure that I overemphasize something, because I don't want him to think that I'm not treating him like I'm treating everybody else. Right. So it's just, so I just try to, handle everybody exactly the same, but still having a little bit more care for my man.
No, that's
Yeah.
what's up. Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I forgot we nearing the end of the show, but before I start the music, I just want to say I lost a childhood friend, man, that I grew up with a couple of weeks ago, and I just want
My
to say rest in peace.
condolences.
Rest in peace to Alex Dillon, man. Love you, bro, and see
Rest
you
in
on the
peace.
Sorry to hear that,
on the
bro.
Rest
on,
in
on the other
peace.
side, man.
Hey, E. Hey,
What's
E.
up?
Don't forget to ask the rec room, player. Ask the rec room.
Oh, we get that next week.
All right, cool. We good.
All right.
We good. We in there.
I ain't know I didn't started the music up.
Nah.
You ain't say that before.
Hey, we was the ADHD. I wasn't gonna stop the ADHD.
That's that ADHD kicking in.
Hey, no, I wasn't gonna stop.
You wait till the music turn on.
Hey, the ADHD. Okay. We packed in here tonight, bro. Okay, first of all, we packed.
That's
in
that
here tonight.
beehive.
We got the beehive. We got my man Millie in here. We got my man
up,
Millie
Millie?
in here. We got pretty Reds who knows she better been in here tonight. She knows.
Hey, pretty red.
We got my man Tata was in here heavy tonight. We got TEV WV in here tonight. We got FRP in here. We got HTC. Hey, look, y'all not gonna do this with all these 17 letters of me, no, boy. I I got you. We got DYR in here with us. We got Ladybug. Hey, Ladybug. We got Augustine Osei in here with us tonight. We appreciate you. We got my man Dave in here with us tonight. We have Tev Q. We got Coco Melon in here. We got TUW. We got Love underscore. We got King James in here with us tonight. Got my man Will Lorenzo.
What up, Will?
Will, we got a definitely friend of the show. We got my man Darius.
Hey, Darius.
What up?
In here with us tonight, we got.
You ain't say Millie, did you?
Hold up.
He said
Oh,
Millie.
yeah,
Millie was the first one.
Okay, my bad.
I said Millie again.
Okay.
Who else? Hold up. We got man, we packed in here. We got TJ. What's up, TJ?
Hey.
We appreciate you, TJ. We got who else we got? Hold on, y'all. I've been said Love underscore. They all over the place. We have been here. Give me what we got. Chance always in
Hey,
there. What's up, Chance?
Appreciate you.
We got Miss Liz Root. We got Miss Liz Root in here.
Hey.
Man, we all over the place, man. Everybody commenting. Yeah,
Well,
that's who in
What-
here. Tell him about.
Oh yeah, I'm about to tell them about all of it. So first of all, I just want to thank everybody who tunes in. We really appreciate it. Like all jokes aside, you know what I mean. Like it's really appreciative. No, y'all don't have to, and y'all do, and that just that makes us. That's what keeps us going. To be honest about it. So I want to say thank you to all the listeners who listen. Right. If you don't follow the Instagram page, please follow it. It's the Rec Room Pod. In there, you'll have the link to all of the pods. The pods are also available on, all the streaming services and stuff like that. And if you're an avid listener, every pod I will always talk about the in-person pods, the on-camera pods. Well, we done shot 2 on-camera pods. So please go to the Instagram page, go to that link so you can put a face with the voice. We'll be shooting another one, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. We're going to have Don you on there.
Hey.
So, so that's going to be
We
dope.
gonna see
You
what
know what
she
I'm
know.
saying? And so we just want to say appreciate it again, man. And we'll see y'all next Thursday. And then we'll have another in-person video for y'all. Pod for y'all too. But check out the 2 that we got. Follow our Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And we'll see y'all the next time.
We'll see y'all next week. What's up, Van Rob? I see you popped in. Van Rob say great show. Thank y'all.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
Rob. Peace.